So for some of you that don't know me, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Ashley, your friendly account manager over here at Commonsku, and I've actually been in the promo business for most of my career. I spent the last 12 years with a distributor in a sales role before joining the team here. So let me tell you, coming from experience, I could not be more excited about this new feature. Just a heads up, I will be recording this, so if there's anybody that's joining late or anyone else from your team that you want to share this with, I can send you the recording after. So in the past, and I'm sure this is something you can all relate to, creating an online shopping option for your customers meant a lot of time, work, and investment. So you really had to evaluate if the site would be worth it before saying yes to your customer. Now you can say yes to more business. Commonsku shops are an easy way to build an online ordering solution for your clients. You can create them for an individual client, or you can grow your business with new prospects. They're so easy to create, anyone on your team can create them for your customers in minutes. Let's face it, your customers are looking for easier and faster ways to order. Shops is the answer. So we have 3 different shops for you to choose from. I'll just scroll through and show you. The first one is Marketing Shop. So you'll want to use this shop when you want to reach lots of customers. Instead of sending a flyer or a Zoom catalog, you could send a shop of your own curated products. Your customers will order right from the site, and this will generate a unique sales order per client that you easily convert to PO and send to your suppliers. So no inventory needed and no overhead. You can even embed one of these marketing shops right into your website to allow your clients and prospects to search for products and shop. So the next shop is our pop-up shop. You can use this for a specific company when you want to allow orders for as few as 1 item. For example, an employee apparel program. All of the orders will combine into 1 order to meet your supplier minimums and easily ship to 1 location. Like the best pop-up shops, this one is only open for a limited time that you determine. And then finally, the company shop. So this is our answer to the corporate store. Use this to create a beautiful corporate shop for a specific client and set minimums so that you reach your supplier minimums. There's no inventory needed. It's great for a head office that wants to offer pre-approved products to multiple departments and locations. So now that I've just gone over the 3 different types of shops, I'll just jump in and show you some examples. So here's one that we created. It's titled New for 2019. So imagine you go to Expo or you go to a trade show and you see all these great new products and you want to be able to send it to your whole database so that they can see all the new stuff. You could put those ideas into a shop and email it off to them. For this example, I've got 4 featured products. These are really easy to set up, and I'll show you that after. These could be maybe your top 4 picks or maybe 4 things that are on sale or you have a special promotion on. Your customers can browse through the products. So we use some really cool retail images for this site. If they hover over, they'll get the price range. So for this marketing shop, I have the price ranges because this is generating new business. So they need to meet the minimums. They can order different quantities. Click in on this item. You'll see all the information is there. If you have more than 1 image, that's fine. You can put in as many as you want, and your customer can click through and see the options. When they want to order, they hit the add button, select the color, put in the quantities. And so for this one, we have a minimum of 25. If they try and order less, it's going to say, no, you have to order the minimum. And they can upload their logo right here. And then check out. And then in your backend of Commonsku, this is going to be converted into a sales order that you will send to them to approve with their artwork and then convert into a PO. So that's the marketing shop. And here is an example of a pop-up shop. So for this one, it's for a summer camp. So the client is a summer camp and they're sending this out to all their campers so that they can order their new stuff for the new camp season. So you have the option to put in a splash page, which we did for this, and that's where you can put in any like information that you need them to know before they enter the site. Again, we use some great retail images. There's links you can click on to see the different categories. And the different thing about a pop-up shop is that in this one, you can ask some questions upon the checkout. So for this shop, when someone goes to add to cart, they select what they need, put in their quantity, they can order as few as one. They'll go to checkout and we're going to ask questions. And you can set these up to be whatever makes sense for your shop. So we've got what's your cabin number? They pick from a list, and who's your cabin leader? So you can imagine how this would work for employee appreciation, if you have a uniform program, for sports teams, if you want to send out a shop where they can all order their own sizes and put in their number for the back of the jersey. You could use this for fundraisers. I had so many ideas for this from my past life as a distributor that I think it's really exciting. Imagine you have a fundraiser that you're doing, like a marathon or something, and when people reach their goals, you send them the shop and they can pick out what their prize will be. So that's the pop-up shop. And then finally, I'll show you the company shop. So I put this one together for my pretend client Google. And if you've had a demo with me, you've probably seen some of this before. I've got a splash screen, so I'm going to encourage the different departments to use up their marketing budget. This is going to be full of approved Google swag. So I've got this button, click in, and again, I have the price ranges because this isn't something that I inventory. We're placing the orders from the approved items that they've already selected. Click in and view. I've got the size breakdown. They have to order 12. And it's also going to show them the setup cost if you enter that. They go to checkout. And for this company shop, you have the choice to have them enter in their billing information and their shipping information, or you can have it from a predetermined list. So if all the bills go to headquarters, I've got that already set up. And then they would just type in their name, email, and pull from one of their different departments. They submit the order and they'll get the thank you page. So again, I'm sure you can think of a lot of uses for this company shop. Great for HR if they want to have a place where they order their welcome kits for new hires. And I'll show you now how easy these are to create. So here's what the Commonsku inside view of this Google Shop looks like. You start at settings. We've got all the fields that you can enter in, so nothing is missed. You can choose if you want a password, so that they would need a password to get into the site. And you can choose if you want to process credit cards right from your shop, or you can send them an invoice to pay later. So that's up to you and how you set it up. Here's my splash screen. You just type it in. And shipping charges, so you can set these up so that you charge shipping depending on the total of the order. And then here's that checkout information. So you can select from a list, or you can have them enter in the information. And if they are entering their information, that's automatically going to be saved in Commonsku under that contact. So it saves rekeying even there. Got my thank you message. So this is the screen that's going to pop up after they place their order. Your order has been received. It will ship out in 10 days. So you can customize that to meet your needs. Once you've got the settings done, you just jump into the products. So I added all of these products through our ESP integration. And if you've ever seen a presentation in Commonsku, it's just as easy to create these as it is a presentation. You hit the Add Product button, and we're pulling the items right from ESP into the presentation. So all of that data moves over. You can edit what you need to. I recommend uploading virtuals for the company shop. So I've got all of my items in here, and you can also add headings. So those become the live links on your shop. Again, simple, just add title. So I've got all these items in here. Once I'm satisfied with the products I have on here, I can move over to the design feature, the design tab. And I showed you an example of each theme. So we've got billboard, which is just a big image, featured, and split. So you can see how easy it is to design these. It'll always tell you what size image you need. I just pulled this image right from Google's Facebook page. So even if the image is a little bit off, it's just going to crop it. These are editable. You just hover over and you can type in a different name, and then you can edit your buttons. You can pick whether you want a tile or a grid. So you might have noticed in those shops that I showed you, in some of them the price was showing underneath, and in some of them you had to hover over. So that's the difference. And you can change the color of the features to be whatever you want from the color menu here. And then you just, from here, email that shop out, preview it, and you're off to the races. As your orders come in, this is how it will look for you under the company shop. You can see this order is already invoiced, this one's in production, this one's shipped, and these are all the new orders. When I click on these, it's going to take me through that order process. So I can convert it right into a sales order and then a purchase order, and finally an invoice. So there's no rekeying, right from the shop all the way through to invoice. So that was a very brief overview of shops. I hope it answered some of your questions. It's a frictionless experience for your customers, so they can ultimately order more from you. If you have any questions, I'm going to check the feed now. Feel free to ask a question. We can set up, if anybody wants to see the whole platform, feel free to reach out after, and we can set up a demo of everything Commons can do for your business. All right, it looks like I don't see any questions coming in, so that's awesome. Maybe it's not working. It is my first webinar. So thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm really excited for everyone to get out there and start making their shops.